Everyday activity, and every training goal you set, rests on the same foundation: healthy muscle. And healthy muscle depends on protein. Protein is an essential macronutrient. It supplies the amino acids your body uses to build, repair, and maintain the muscle you rely on every single day. That's where USANA Whey Protein Isolate comes in. It's formulated for athletes, for older adults, for anyone following a keto or low-carb plan, and for anyone who simply isn't hitting their daily protein target from food alone. And the formula is remarkably simple. Just 4 ingredients, none of the fillers and added sugar you'll find in most protein powders on the shelf. The benefits are broad. It supports muscle growth. It supports repair and recovery after you train. It helps you hold on to the muscle you already have. It supports weight management. It's easily digestible, so it works well right after a workout. And it delivers a full amino acid profile to support your overall nutrition. Here is what a single serving gives you: 2 level scoops, 25 grams of pure grass-fed whey protein isolate, 0.4 grams of sugar, less than 1 gram of carbohydrate. No fillers, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Gluten-free and non-GMO. With under a gram of carbohydrate, it fits a keto or paleo plan. Ingredient 1 is the protein itself. It comes from grass-fed cows and goes through a microfiltration process that strips away lactose and fat. What's left is over 90% protein, with under 1% lactose, well above a typical whey concentrate, which sits around 70 to 80%. Ingredient 2 is sunflower lecithin, a natural emulsifier that gives the shake its smooth, creamy texture and keeps soy out of the formula. Ingredient 3 is natural vanilla flavor. It's light rather than sweet, so it blends into almost anything without taking over. And ingredient 4 is stevia, a plant-based, zero-calorie sweetener that simply rounds out the vanilla. That's the entire list. Isolate is the most bioavailable form of whey, which means your body absorbs it and puts it to work quickly and efficiently. And because the flavor is so mild, you can mix it into water, milk, coffee, or a smoothie, or even stir it into food without fighting the taste. So whether you're training hard, staying active in an ordinary way, or simply trying to look after yourself for the long run, closing the gap in your daily protein is one of the most useful changes you can make. It helps to know where whey actually comes from. It's the watery portion of milk that separates from the curds during cheese making, a natural byproduct, not something engineered in a lab, and it carries all 9 essential amino acids along with vitamins and minerals. Most people don't get enough quality protein from their daily diet. The gap tends to be widest among older adults, among people who train seriously, and among those eating keto or low carb. And it matters because over time, falling short on protein can weaken your immune system, slow the repair your body needs to do, and undercut bone and muscle strength. Muscle also changes with age. After about 60, many people begin losing the muscle strength and function that keeps them independent later in life. That loss can move faster in people who sit for most of the day, and in women after menopause. The encouraging part is that regular exercise paired with enough daily protein can help you hold on to it. Protein is also the macronutrient that keeps you full the longest, which naturally takes the pressure off snacking and excess calories. And muscle itself works in your favor here. Even at rest, muscle burns more calories than fat does. So keeping lean muscle on your frame supports a healthy metabolism. Used consistently, USANA Whey Protein Isolate can support all of it at once. The muscle you're building, the muscle you're keeping, your weight management goals, and your overall nutrition. It's worth stepping back to see why protein sits at the center of a healthy diet. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and your body takes the amino acids from what you eat and reassembles them into the specific proteins it needs. Those proteins are doing a lot. They grow and repair tissue. Muscle, skin, hair, nails, bone. They support the production of energy, and protein can serve as an energy source itself when your body calls on it. They build the antibodies your immune system relies on. They help your blood carry oxygen where it's needed. They keep your metabolism running. And nearly every hormone and enzyme in your body is assembled from amino acids. Here's the part people miss. Your body doesn't store protein the way it stores fat and carbohydrate. There's no reserve to draw on. That's exactly why protein has to come in through your diet every single day. So how much do you actually need? The Dietary Guidelines for Americans put the target at 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight every single day. And they read just as clear about how to get there. Prioritize high-quality protein at every meal instead of saving it all for dinner. Let's put a number on that. If you weigh 150 pounds, about 68 kilograms, the range works out to roughly 82 grams of protein a day at the low end, and closer to 109 at the top. Anyone training hard sits toward the higher end, and hitting a number like that on food alone every day is harder than it sounds. For a lot of people, breakfast is where the shortfall shows up most. Coffee, toast, cereal, and almost no protein to speak of. One shake is an easy way to close that gap before the day even starts. On timing, the 30 minutes after you train is the recovery window, and that's a good moment to get protein in. But it isn't the only one. First thing in the morning, between meals, or before bed, all work. The research points towards spreading your protein across the day rather than loading it into one sitting. Preparing it is simple. 2 level scoops, using the measuring spoon that comes in the pouch, into 4 to 6 ounces of water or milk. Shake it in a bottle or run it through a blender until it's fully mixed and there are no lumps. From there, it's flexible. Adjust the liquid to the thickness you like. Blend it with fruit, vegetables, or yogurt for a smoothie. Stir it into pancake batter or into muffins and other baked goods. And store the pouch somewhere cool, dry, and out of direct light. One note before we finish, because whey comes from milk, this is suitable if you're vegetarian, but not if you're fully vegan. Meeting your protein target every day is one of the most basic things you can do for your muscle, your weight, your immune system, and how you feel overall. USANA Whey Protein Isolate makes that simple. 4 ingredients, 25 grams a serving, and a taste that stays out of your way. The link to order is below. And before you go, like the video, share it with someone who'd find it useful, and subscribe for more.